How's it going, everyone? Pokemon Star Neo here, and today we'll be using a Miraidon team for the Terastal Crescendo. Yes, so this is a tournament where basically it focuses Miraidon or Koraidon, and you have one other buddy with you, and it's just a fun little tournament that Pokemon is doing for Scarlet and Violet, highlighting their lizard boys. So yeah. So my team, I have Miraidon. It is Fairy Terra with a Hadron Engine. It is Assault Vest with the Draco Meteor, Electro Drift, Dazzling Gleam, and Parabolic Charge. We have Dragonite with the Normal Terra, Inner Focus with the Choice Band, Aerial Ace, Extreme Speed, Outrage, and Stomping Tantrum, Whimsicott with the Dark Terra, Prankster, Focus Sash, Tailwind, Moon Knight, Con Guard, Moon Blast, not Moon Knight. Cotton Guard, Light Screen, Tornadus with the normal Terra, Prankster, Mental Herb, Tailwind, Bleak Windstorm, Taunt, and Rain Dance. Fluttermane with the Fairy Terra Photosynthesis with the Booster Energy, Shadow Ball, Moonblast, Icy Wind, and Protect. And last but certainly not least, we got Cresselia with the Fairy Terra Levitate Leftovers, and that has Moonblast, Psychic, Lunar Blessing, and Ally Switch. So this is a team I just kind of threw together with Pokemon I had around. I did change up some move sets. Like for Wimmy, I put up Cotton Guard and Light Screen on this set, mostly because I'm trying to get I'm not sure if this is just going to be straight up fast paced battles or if it's going to be like, all right, the strat is to kind of play it a little slower. But this, with Cotton Guard will raise my defenses, which will be nice, and then Light Screen, for other Miraidons and whatnot. So yeah, I also brought Cresselia with the Ally Switch. There's also Lunar Blessing, which will help out a lot. And yeah, so and Fluttermane we also have in case we want to get some speed control. They have a fellow Miraidon. I don't know what to expect. This is just going to be crazy fun battles. Anyway, enough chit chat. Oh, I should mention I have Parabolic Charge on there. Like I said, just in case, it benefits me more to regain some health and stick around on the team. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Let's go straight to the battles. Up against Superdome. Ooh, I do wonder, because I feel like the Steel Terra next to it has been kind of like their main. Actually, because Crashing Wake is also a good pair. The moves. You have Stream Speed, Outrage, and Stomping Tantrum. Stomping Tantrum ain't bad. I just don't really have the speed, and then I will not have any Protect Mons here. This team doesn't really have a whole bunch of Protect. You do have Shadow Ball, right? You do. I might actually go this route. Because I'm worried. I'm pretty sure Metagross will probably want to come out here. Yeah, this is a very much heck, it seems like team preview might go longer than most of the battles here. Koraidon and oh, okay. So I like this. We're gonna Fairy Terra. Actually, I want to Electro Drift into you. And then we are going to Shadow Ball. Typically, I use Flutter in case there was like a opposing Miraidon. We've seen a lot of Koraidon so far. I say a lot. There's only been two others, but yeah, this is the right call for us to make in this moment. Uh, let's see. Shadow Ball could have went away with the cheeky Dazzling Gleam, but oh well. Electro Drift will go into there. Boom. It is a critical hit just for the walls. The thing is, I could have sworn it's like, why wouldn't you just like Terra? Is Terra not the call here? All right. Well, we're gonna Electro Drift and then Moonblast. Because even if you Terra, Moonblast will still do some battle is canceled. GG's. Here we got Mac. They are going for this Sun team. Makes sense to bring you both. Yeah. Because we can pretty much reset the weather here. That's part of the reason I brought Tornadus. Pelipper was something that I was thinking about bringing. Because that can do really good into the Koraidon, but I was also like, I want to get more like offensive thing. Also, Pelipper is slow, so like also want to be able to get that Tailwind up if I deemed it necessary. They're thinking about it. Alright. If I were them, what would I bring? I think obviously you have to bring the Koraidon. Partnered with, I think Gastrodon is a safe bet. If you have something there that could also Sunny Day, it's not the worst idea. Alright. Let us see what they bring. This is kind of an interesting tournament. Skull Villain. Alright, they got their shiny Koraidon. I need to check to see if that GameStop thing where you can call in and get one is something you can do. But yeah. We are definitely going to... Dazzling Gleam is a bad idea, I think, to start off with, but... Terra seems pretty likely here, so I'm just going to Rain Dance. Let's see what they do. Good thing once we have the rain up, Skull Villain isn't going to be able to catch up with us because like chlorophyll. But yes, they're taking their time thinking about their best move. Because yeah, nothing prevents me from just okay. Protect. I'm gonna Rain Dance. And what are you going to do? Electro Drift. What is this Skull Villain gonna try and accomplish? Spicy Extract. Raises my special attack, lowers my defense harshly. Alright. Might do this. And then Bleak Wind. Regardless, I think even if you Terra, will be good. Bleak Wind still has a chance to lower your speed. I think that's my main thing. What are you gonna go for? Alright, so it's gonna be fire. So that is going to be resisted even if it's Flare Blitz. Alright, so we're gonna Terra Fairy. Yeah. I don't know. There's also Scale Shot. There is... Yeah. Alright, Koraidon is going to do Collision Course, so we're going to resist that. But that does a ton of damage. We're going to get Dazzling Gleam off. This is just going to, do some chip. Bleak Wind will go through. Skull Villain is down for the account. Alright, and then what we're going to do is Tailwind, and we are going to Electro Drift. And that should be enough to get us the W. Tailwind. And survey says Rift. Should be enough. And Koraidon is down, and that is a W on our part. GG's. Shh. It looks so ill. Alright, up against Luna. So I think same deal. Just bring these two. Because my main strategy was just getting... I'm trying to see what else they could bring that could... Rain can be a little troublesome with the... with their Primarina. But... who else am I liking? Suki might be interesting. I think it's like, well, what do they bring if they don't have yeah. It's like what else do you bring? I kind of imagine this one would be like you kind of have your main strategy against a different opponent. Yeah. I think more often than not, I'm gonna bring into these kind of matchups with Koraidon just so I can reset the weather unless they have something that can do it themselves. I think this is smart of them because they kind of cover both. I'm gonna Tailwind. Someone is trying. Not at the moment. Alright, so we're gonna Terastal. We just gotta make sure that we take out Goldango here. This is gonna be... this was something, it was kind of like last minute for me to put together. I think if I were to had Grand Terra on this, I could Parabolic Charge, and it would be rather simple. Alright, I think the good thing about what we have here, Goldango goes down. They don't use Hera, which is nice. Post combat. Ooh, okay. Not great. Its defenses will fall though. 16 HP. Draco might be the safe bet here. Battle is canceled. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like you still play it out. I mean, okie dokie. All right, so what am I feeling? I'm feeling on a whim. We have one out. You're good for you control. Yeah, I think on a whim. See, they can bring Ensign. They can bring Ninetales, yeah. Ninetales is not a bad idea. Also forces the terrestrialization on my end. And then they can also set up screens. We are going to press a light screen to begin with. And I think we Electro Drift into. They're going to terrestrialize. Where are they bringing it? They're also going to be Fairy Terra. They're also faster, but all we have to do is survive the first hit. We should be good. So here we go. Light screen. We got a few things to help out our defenses. Dazzling Gleam will go through. Shouldn't be too much. Yeah. Electro Drift will go in. Let's see what you went for. Alright, so that means they were trying to set up screens. We're in a good spot now because we can Tailwind and then Electro Drift. Tailwind, Electro Drift. And yeah, that should do a decent chunk. I do wonder if they are assault vested as well. But we have a lot of good multipliers to help us out if they want to switch it up. Electro Drift as well. We are also faster. Let's see, with the assault vest, with the... Ooh, yeah, that light screen coming in clutch. Are they... They're lefties. That's not bad. We are going to Moonblast. We're going to Electro Drift. We're going to call it a day. Man, they can... GG's. Here we are against Juliana. They definitely want rain up. They will definitely not appreciate rain being up. So we're doing that. So they got chlorophyll and everything. Actually, is this the call? Yeah. They're also going to rewrite my terrain. I think pretty solid rain or sun team. This is the home sun team. Alrighty. We'll say this tournament is interesting because it is super, super fast paced. Yeah. Alright, here it comes. Juliana with Koraidon and Jump Bluff. Tornadus. Do these things in a Honey Blow. Hadron Engine will go through. Rain Dance. And then Electro Drift into you. I did not Terra. Will that be risky for me later on? We will find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. They're gonna Terra and they're faster. Alright. Because the call is, do I Terra Fairy? Alright, Flare Blitz. What are you going into? Tornadus. This is a decent chunk. Alright, recoil. Electro Drift will go into you. Will it be enough? No. Survives on 1 HP, and they're going to Tailwind. And then I am going to Tailwind. And then we're going to Dazzling Gleam. The reason I want to do that is because they might try either close combat or something into my Miraidon right off. Yeah. We have seen Ironhead earlier in this video being a strong possibility. Yeah, so at least we're imagining Dragon Claw. Not today. Alright, Dazzling Gleam will go in. It'll go and hit both Pokemon. Okay. That's good. Jump Bluff is down, so no sleeping shenanigans. And yeah, so we're gonna Bleak Wind, and we are going to Electro Drift. That should get us the W. That's what we're chasing. The W. Dragon Claw will go into you. Brings it to 8. Electro Drift will go into you with the Hadron Engine. The terrain and everything. And that is going to be GG's. Well done, Koraidon. You fought hard. You did indeed fight hard. Alright. Why would you bring... I'm curious, why would you bring your own different type of weather? That's not... Okay. Because, like, you know, Ninetales will just set up... Let's see. I like this combo. We're able to speed control. We're even able to Shadow Ball. Bring you... Actually, bringing you isn't that bad. Just kind of want to do a number on their damage output. I guess Ninetales could bring Snowscape. But is that likely? Alright. If it's like, do you even know? Do you know Entei? Koraidon and Grimmy. So they got screens. Alright, so... Fairy Terra. Going to Electro Drift. And then we are going to Rain Dance. So Misty Terrain has kind of been a lot of the call from what I've been seeing. Granted, it's one match, but makes sense. You're able to shut down your opponent's terrain. They're gonna protect. We're gonna Rain Dance. They're gonna use Trick on who? Iron Ball. Assault Vest. Electro Drift, yeah. Okay. And we're gonna Bleak Wind. At the very least, we are able to potentially... Iron Ball is just like... That's a good way to slow people down. Alright, so yeah. Sure, damage output could be like Sucker Punch. That being Fairy type, that's not really gonna do much. Iron Head, ooh, that is a good move. I have to give him props for that. Can we lower some speeds? We lower some speeds. Electro Drift will still go through despite everything. It will go into Grimmsnarl, bring it low, but not enough. Alright. Electro Drift. We're gonna not Tailwind. Bleak Wind again. We're able to take out Sucker Punch. Yeah. Iron Head. Alright. Yeah. Miraidon will go down here. Good thing is they do not have any shields up. Koraidon is low. It is faster though. Alright, it's gonna use Iron Head. It's gonna lose HP. Bleak Wind goes through, and we win the game. I will say Iron Head on that is probably a really good strategy going into this, because most often it's gonna be Terra Fairy. So yeah, good job. Up against Alice. Interesting team. I think we're gonna bring our Whimsicott here. Yeah. Saltfest is really helpful in this. And then we just have a really strong combo because we have the Assault Vest, we have light screens up. It really does a number on our defense and output for damage. Because we can survive maybe 1 or 2 turns. Or like we can survive 2 hits. You're usually good. Alright, Alice and their friend. Sora's coming out. It is Miraidon and Indeedee. Probably gonna do some helping hand stuff and redirection. Adrenaline. It is interesting to see them get their own terrain rewritten. Do I still want Electro Drift or Dazzling? I think Dazzling. They're gonna go first. What you got for me? Alright, they're gonna go Fairy. I'm gonna go Fairy. And it's gonna be a very good battle between us. So no Electro Drift. I'm guessing that's probably Rocky Helmet as well. Alright. Helping Hand. What you doing? We're gonna light screen. Now we get that up. We got some multipliers help. They're gonna Dazzling. How much does this do? Yikes! Wimmy! The thing is, I can't even so I Tailwind. That's not good. I'm just looking at our speed stats. Hey, you're 180, you're 184. You're not that much faster. You're also, if you look here, my Miraidon is not max speed. Like, yeah, it is close, but there's not much. So I think we Tailwind. We Electro Drift. Alright, what you gonna do? We're gonna get the Electro Drift off, which is nice. And not enough to take down the Indeedee. Yeah, and then Rocky Helmet. Dazzling Gleam. This will take out Wimmy. Yikes. And then what are you Psychicking? Psybeam. Alright. And we get the Confusion. Jeez Louise. Parabolic Charge is not gonna do too much. Yeah, we also are confused. Follow me through the dark. Alright. We gotta break through this confusion. Alright, Parabolic Charge. Alright, that's not chump change into the Miraidon. That's not great. 69 HP. I think a single blow. It's not good. Dazzling Gleam. We got the defenses to help. Is it enough? It is enough to survive. And this is why we have Parabolic Charge on here. That is the this confusion. We break through and we get off that attack. Electro Drift goes into Miraidon. Okay. RNG favored us that round. But yeah, shout out to my opponent. That was pretty cool. Here we are against Moo. Ooh. Their team is interesting. It almost looks like a Perish Trap team. Perish Trap into a format like this is pretty interesting, not gonna lie. Because turns here usually go about 2 or 3. Yeah, it's usually like 2 or 3 turns. Alternatively, they could have just brought this team, because this could be like a Reg G, like VGC team. And I'm like, yeah, this works. Because I'm kind of looking at it right now, and I'm like, you have to survive the turns of Trick Room, or not even Trick Room. Does Screaming Tail get Trick Room? I think it does, but it doesn't benefit as much. Alright. I think the most likely one is probably Flutter. Okay. Rattle our tongue. Scream tailing. They're gonna bring. I'm gonna get Protosynthesis out. Not that it won't matter too much. Hadron Engine. I think we're gonna Dazzling Gleam. Rain is important here. Part of me wants to taunt the Scream Tail because I do not trust it whatsoever. I think I don't like Scream Tail right now. This might have been a mistake. What you got? Ground. Okay. Are you Terra Blast? If you're Terra Blast, that is no bueno for us. Alright. What you got? You're gonna protect. Fine with that. We're gonna get the taunt off. What do you got? What do you got? Oh, you were going to try and Perish Trap. Shame on you. How dare. I just don't know how you pull that off with this kind of tournament. Because you really need to be able to survive the turns in order to, yeah. Now we just Dazzling Gleam into that slot, into Koraidon, and then we just outpace. Yeah, I was like, no, I don't trust this thing. All right, we're gonna get the Dazzling Gleam off. And then should take out Koraidon. It does. Screamtail is there. Sitting Duck. Oh, it doesn't even have moves. So, perfect call right there. And then, yeah, just finish up with Dazzling Gleam. We'll just Rain Dance. It doesn't matter. Battle is canceled. But yeah, I was like, no. Perish Trap. Perish Song is interesting here. I don't think it's... I would love to see it be pulled off, but I ain't Wolf Glick. I can't tell you how to do that. Okay, ooh, they have their own... So they have Pelipper. What do you want to do then? Can see Sableye being troubling for us. I think we bring Wimmy. So I'm trying to think. Wimmy might be the call. Yes. Did not have Iron Treads ready. I feel like bringing Iron Treads would have been super helpful here. But, you know. Same for CP. This is for happiness. Alright, Miraidon and... Ooh, okay, Flutter. So both special attackers. We like this. Alright. So speed is going to be heightened. Do I just try and outspeed it? I think we got Electro Drift. We're gonna Light Screen. It's okay if you... I don't want to say it's okay if you beat us in the first round. Or you're faster than us in the first thing. But us having all this power onto you is important. You do protect. That is huge for us. We're gonna Light Screen. What you got? Moonblast. Does nothing. Our special is not lowered either. So that's great. If only my if only my Wimmy had Encore. That would have been fun. I think it's still safe to just Dazzling Gleam here. We're gonna Tailwind just cause. Because even if you do all this stuff, like... Yeah, Fairy Terra. Because even if you're able to get... The thing, we gotta survive one Electro Drift. Man, if we had Encore on this, that would have been good. Alright. Like, oh, Dazzling Gleam does a huge chunk. Electro Drift. Can we survive? We do. You see, the Wimmy comes in clutch here. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna Moonblast. Whimsicott with light screen here is such a big advantage. All right, we're gonna Moonblast. All right, we still have all the turns of Tailwind. We have like not all the like 2 turns. Yeah. Wait, what? 1 turn? No, 2. Sorry, I'm going by this fast. All right, so yes, Electro Drift. It's gonna do that. Moonblast. We're gonna call it a day. We're faster. We outpace. There's not really a win condition for you right now. Because we have the defenses, you need at least 2 turns. Yeah. Moonblast. Boom. Not enough. But Electro Drift will get the final blow. And that is GG's. Nice. There we go. So we are currently at 84 in the placement. So this is only part 1 of this video. I'm gonna keep going because yeah, these battles are fast, so I'm just gonna make it one big video. But yeah, yeah. So on to day 2. Alrighty. Against Zaza. Let's see. Ooh, okay. So I'm gonna do Sim. This one's a little tricky. So honestly, you're probably the best one we can do because we can at least change weather. We might have to terrasilize something other than the Miraidon. The dangerous thing of the team I do, I would say that it's easier for me to take down Miraidon teams, just kind of like who I have. I do have like counters and stuff, but all right. Maybe because I've faced so many Miraidon teams that I'm like confident. Alrighty. So we're gonna Terra, we're gonna Dazzling Gleam, and then as for my Tornadus, we're just gonna get the rain up. Okay. Alright. Thinking about this. They're gonna Terra first, so odds are you Terra your Lizard. And it is ground. Not a bad choice. Alright. Yeah, I think ground is pretty decent. I don't know how many people are running like choice Miraidon or choice. Choice can be a little tricky in this. Because originally the set for this one was like choice specs, but I had to over the year. All right, so yeah, thank you for everything you have done for us, Tornadus. I know it wasn't much, but yeah, at least we got rid of their terrain. This is probably gonna hurt. It does hurt. I need. Hopefully, their Qian Pao is not. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, you will be doing less damage at least. So it won't be spread. So I do wonder. Dazzling Gleam. We also do not have yeah. I don't think it's enough. So we're gonna have to rely on Draco Meteor. Because we don't have our terrain to help us out. Stomping Tantrum. You don't have the Swords of Ruin, so you do survive. Draco Meteor will go through. Will it be enough? It is, and we win. Ooh, that was close. GG's. Up against, I think that's Kurusu. Um, I, it's that, it's that iron freaking, not bundle. Iron Treads, that scares me. Iron Treads. Might have to try and slow it down or use Shadow Ball. More often than not, I know I have used Wimmy in the past with this, but the tricky thing is, it is that Iron Treads. I admittedly did not do anything for that. Alternatively, I could normal Terra and then try and... You have Stomping Tantrum. It's going to be a risk no matter what. I say we do it. Because Stomping Tantrum is the only thing I have going into that Pokemon. Because Fairy, Dragon's not going to do much because resisted, and then it's immune to my electric attacks, so yeah. Alright, who's coming out? Miraidon and... Okay. So, they will get Hadron Engine off. I will say this makes things... Oh wait, you have Misty... Alright, this is a combo I have not really seen. But okay. Dragonite might have to come in clutch for us here. And we're going to do Extreme Speed into you. You are faster. Man, I was debating whether or not to do sorry. I was debating whether or not I use Wimmy here. Wimmy might have been good. It has Protect, and Ryan just doubled into that. Okay, you double Protect, so I don't feel as bad. I think we're gonna do this. I'm gonna double up into you now. If it's Ghost. Okay, it's not. Yeah, Fairy. Yeah. It's gonna be spread damage, but they do have the multipliers. Thankfully, you're not choice specs. Alright, so... Bop. That Oko's. That's good for us. Dazzling Gleam. Alright. I can just survive this with Miraidon. Okay, we do. Good. We do. Alright, so you are Life Orb as well. Electro Drift will go into you. Won't take it out, but it'll do a decent chunk. Decent chunk. That's fun to say. Decent chunk. We're gonna Extreme Speed. Extreme Speed with the band, with the Terra, will be enough to take out their Miraidon. That is a no. A no. I was gonna be like, that is another win. I tried a thing. I'm sorry. Up against Weirdo 4. I think I have to rise the ranks in order to make my way to Weirdo 1. Alright, so interesting lineup here. I like it. In these games, it can get a little repetitive. There's some of it. Yeah, I think we go with Wimmy. It's kind of hard to think of anything else we can get right now. Wish I didn't have Card Guard up. I wish I had like Encore or something. Which I'm pretty sure that was one of the moves I swapped out for, but that's here, but it is not there. Alright, so Wimmy. Further. So ours is faster, so we don't have to worry about having to get that up. I'm gonna do this. Light screen. Who are they going to? Era is the big question. Alright. Alright, they're gonna Terra. What makes the most sense? Probably their own Miraidon. Do you go for the old protect method that some people are Robinson to do? This is giving parabolic charge. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna get light screen up. That's a long gleam. Alright. We need to do some serious damage here. Some moderately. Oh, Dragon Pulse. That is great for us. So you're doing that. This might be risky. But I think I'm going to double up into the Ursaluna. Usually I like using Draco Meteor as kind of like a finishing blow. But that thing scares the bejesus out of me. Alright, so Parabolic Charge. That doesn't do too much, so that's good. We can double up into you. So we are going to Dazzling Gleam and Moonblast. Hopefully we're able to lower some of their special attack. Alright, Moonblast does a decent chunk. We lower the special attack. We spoke it into existence. We willed it to be so. Dazzling Gleam, in spite of its nerf, did well. Alright, so Parabolic Charge, not going to do nearly as much anymore. Alright, so we should be good. Because Moonblast is doing a pretty decent chunk into it. And yeah, we can clean up on Isle Miraidon after Dazzling Gleam if that doesn't work. Alright, we lowered special attack again. Dazzling Gleam. And boom. All right. GG's to my opponent. That was fun. All right. Okie dokie. This is what I will probably do here. It'd be interesting, but no. All right. What do we have here today? I'd say Flutter is likely for them. Indeedee as well, because you have that redirection. So yeah, you also have the threat of Trick Room if I try and Tailwind. Sorry, sending text. Or my girlfriend was sending me text. Yeah. All right, with that inspiration, will that be enough to pull through a W here? I hope so. Not just because, you know, tournament and all, but also it would be nice for the video. It was like, oh, I saw that lovely text from you, and then, you know, gave me the push. All right, so they're gonna put out Koraidon, and yep. All right, Torn. We are going to make it rain, and then we are going to see photosynthesis. What's boosting? The speed. All right, we're gonna do this. All right, I do want to. Now, do I Dazzling Gleam or do I Electro Drift? You are choiced, or not choiced. I wouldn't be surprised if you are choiced. You're either choice or banded. Or not banded. Specs. Easily. Alright. So we're gonna get our Terastalization. Alright. So, good call on our part. We can get the Rain Dance. That's going to lower that speed. And then also, we at very least get in. Alright, so Icy Wind. Makes sense. Speed shall fall. Thankfully, we have Tailwind, so that should help mitigate some of that for next round. Focus Sash. I'm gonna Dazzling Gleam here. And then Tailwind. So we are faster. So with Tailwind, should double our speed. So we're at -1 right now. It should outpace. We'll see. It's probably gonna be like Terra Fire. Terra Fire, Terra Ground. Terra Psychic. Ooh, what do you have? Psychic Fangs or something? Actually, I don't know if it gets Psychic Fangs. Honestly, in this kind of format, that would be good. Alright, how does that do? It does a decent chunk into the Koraidon. As I understand it, Breaking Swipe is the only, like... Alright, Flame Charge. So its speed will rise. We'll lose some HP. We're gonna Electro Drift. And then we're going to Bleak Wind. Battle is canceled. Alright. GG's. Up against the Trick Rooms. Ooh, they have Iron Treads here. Interesting. Yeah, just going into Torn. They also have Smeargle. They high key, they got a lot of good stuff they can use against me. Uh, no one has brought Iron Treads against me, and I don't know why. Maybe they're afraid of my Cresselia, which is crazy because I think I brought it to one match and did not benefit me at all. Well, I mean, the damage output. I mean, this one definitely is there to kind of support and do some chip damage, which is better in a slower paced game, but here it's not that great. Can offer Ally Switch can offer at least a protect substitute in the sense of like it's not protect, but it can move things around and that might help. All right, so is Trick Room's gonna use Koraidon and Iron Treads? Yes, we have been dreading the treads. Dread the treads. Fudge muffins. All right. So what are we working with? Speed. Yeah. We are going to terastalize. We're gonna hope that we're just gonna have to hope. So Iron Treads probably has Iron Head. If that's the case, there's not really too. Terastalizing here, it's like pick your poison, basically. You're gonna protect, which love that. Like I said, we're not really doing much into Iron Treads. Also get to see what I'm gonna do. Steel Roller will go into Tornadus. It's not enough to take it out, which is good. You lose your own speed boost. I stand corrected. Electro Drift will go into nothing. Yeah, Steel Roller is gonna do so much. Alright. I think we risk it with Draco. We're gonna Tailwind. Yeah. Tailwind. You're not going to Terastal. Oh, okay. Let's see. Draco Meteor will go in at least. Takes it out. We're not doing so much offensive pressure with our Miraidon anyway. High horsepower will go in. Yeah. Oh, it gets a crits for its troubles. Both of these are terrible. I'm gonna use Bleak Wind. Not gonna be very effective. I think it was a good combo using Treads and with the booster. I think that was, you know, like you get rid of the Steel Roller, then you can activate your own Cork Drive. Yeah. Question is, you are going to Terra. That changes things. What are you terroring into? Okay, you're doubling down on the ground. That helps me out more. But okay. Alright, Dazzling Gleam. Alright, that's not bad. That's not chump change. Bleak Wind Storm. It's not enough, but, you know, I think we even survive. There is no way. There is no way we survive that. Battle is canceled. I'm not gonna lie, I thought we were cooked. I think terastalizing really hurt them there. Because we they lose that resistance. We didn't have any moves to help us out. But you don't know that in close team shapes. GG's. Alright. Ooh, ooh, okay. I want to see their team. I'm hoping we get to see like Ambipom, something. You are always going to be a good default to bring into this. Trying to think if there is benefit in Dragonite. We're gonna use Dragonite. Because like defenses up would be cool. I also kind of want to see Choice Band, Extreme Speed, Normal Terra is gonna do a lot. Even if we don't Terra, still a decent chunk. Miraidon and Wimmy. Okay. I'm gonna Dazzling Gleam. Actually, I'm gonna do this. Stream speed into you. See how this pans out. They are faster. Alright, Fairy Terra. Makes all the sense. So there's very few reasons why you wouldn't just go for Dazzling Gleam here. Alright. Extreme speed with all the boosters, maximum effort. Is it enough? Does a little over half. Alright, they light screen, which is good. Dazzling Gleam. How's that gonna work? Not great on Miraidon. Crit on Miraidon. We love that. Oh, it is so close. I'm gonna Dazzling Gleam here and Extreme Speed. You don't have Protect. That's good for us. Alright, so there goes their Miraidon. And then Charm. Okay. The math is mathing. I think now you're in a tricky spot, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. Yeah, battle is canceled. Charm. I can see the math. I see why you bring it. It's a good one. I don't know if this was the right battle, though. Diet Dr. Bob. They have a pretty high rating. So we do have a big weakness when it comes to... This may be one of the instances where I do not bring Wimmy into this. Or at least that's what my gut is telling me. Because Wimmy isn't the worst, but I don't know. There's just something in me that is saying do not bring it. Let's see. I don't know. Fun fact, I don't really get gut feelings. Like I don't when someone's like it's in my head. It's always in my head. I don't get gut feelings and stuff. I don't know if it's metaphorically supposed to be in your guts, but like sometimes I'll be like, I might have like a slight danger sense, but maybe I don't know. I don't get gut feeling. All right, here we go. That is a nice picture of Sableye. Alright. So, yeah. Alolan Ninetales. Snow Warning. We get the Photosynthesis boost. Helps out our speed a bunch. I'm going to do this. And we're gonna Icy Wind. One, it does a little more to they're probably gonna try and counter with their own Icy Wind. Alright, here you go. Alright, so they're gonna protect. This is good. Icy Wind. Part of me was like maybe Electro Drift, but yeah. Oh wait, I did. See, I'm smarter than the average bear. Alright, so we made the right call here. So what do I want to do? I think for now it's best to Dazzling Gleam. We are going to Icy Wind. And then we'll see what we can do here. Because that is a huge advantage we get by eliminating their Ninetales. Because now I'm guessing they were gonna get screens up. It makes sense. Are you Terra Poison? Electric. I can see Parabolic Charge, perhaps. We can get Icy Wind. Alright. I'm glad I didn't Electro Drift again. We're gonna get Dazzling Gleam off. And does a decent chunk. Let's see, Discharge. Alright, let's see. We do survive. Miraidon unfortunately gets paralyzed. Loses some HP. We should be good, honestly. We're gonna Moonblast. And then that should be enough. Yeah. Moonblast. Hiya! Takes out their Miraidon, and that is a strong opponent taken down. Nice. Shout out. I do like your name. Diet Dr. Bob. GG's. Up against Sage. I like their team. I'm gonna bring the Wimmy here. Yeah. Wimmy is the best choice. They probably have their own Wimmy that they're gonna... It's just fun to say Wimmy. Wimmy. No. They do have some options. I don't think Iron Bundle is a bad choice. I think also if they brought Sinistcha, that's not a bad idea either. Alrighty, the bundle. Yeah. Speed control. The almighty speed control. Okay. Speed is going to be Titan. We are going to Dazzling Gleam. Or do we want that? We break Sash if we do that. Light screen. Alright, and with that, we have the Fairy Terra. What are you gonna? So we are faster than their Miraidon. That's good. I think. Well, I mean, they don't need to be. If they can just Icy Wind, they're fine. All right, so we're gonna get the light screen up. Probably don't outpace. Freeze dry. Yikes. All right, Dazzling Gleam. We'll go into both targets, hopefully doing some... Okay, does a big number on that. All right, Electro Drift, who are you going into? Me? Yeah, I think that was pretty smart. You just target both. We do survive. We do, in fact, survive. And a Dazzling Gleam. And we're going to Tailwind. And hopefully that is enough. Enough. Except after C-Nuff. Dazzling Gleam. Alright, so Bundle will go down. Miraidon, you're low. Do you have Spread Move? That works for you. That works. Yeah, Electro Drift. I'm gonna stick with Electro Drift. So that will take out my Miraidon. But I'm guaranteed to get 2 Moonblast off, which you do not want. Alright, so Moonblast number 1. Moonblast number 1. Alright, and then they got Electro Drift. If you are Protect... If you have... How many turns? Yeah, we got 2 turns going, so we should be fine. So their win condition is a double Protect. Moonblast. But they don't Protect. We're good. We get another W. GG's. Against King Bura. Alright. We gotta bring you. Yeah. I like it. I think Ambipom... That's the thing. Bringing some of these. Obviously, with Pachirisu, you have Lightning Rod. And I think they don't want to bring anything weather-based. I think screens would probably... It would behoove them to bring the screen. So, yeah. Multi-scale would have been nice on Dragonite, but I did not want to burn too many resources for this, and that is just what I had for this Dragonite. It's Inkay, our chum Inkay, because my friend Malamar is my chum. It doesn't sound right. I'm sorry, y'all. I tried with that one. Alright, so the ancient powers that be are flowing through them. We are going to Rain Dance and... Risky to not Dazzling Gleam here, but I think it is very, very likely that they do. I think it's likely. Trying to think what benefit I could have. My thing is if they use something like Leaf Blade, I mean Solar, I don't know. They're gonna Terra first. What you got? Ooh. Grass. So they're going all in on it. Alright, so We are going. They're gonna protect. I'm gonna rain dance. Let's see. What do they got? Dazzling Gleam will go first. How much is that going to do in a Lilligant? Not a lot. Solar Blade, so it will have to wait a turn. It's great for us. Yeah, so... Do I need a Tailwind? I think better safe than sorry. I think we're good enough to do this. They Terra'd their other Pokemon. They Terra'd their Lilligant, so like... It just makes more sense to do this. That way it doesn't get off another move with the Lilligant and its Solar Blade. Yeah, so we boost up our attacking prowess with Dazzling Gleam. And then that should be enough for both. Oh, you are Focus Sash. Not a bad item to have in this game. Lilligant will go down. Then what are you up to? Outrage. Well, Outrage, I think, is a very risky move in this. Just because Fairy Terror is so common on Miraidon, it's like Fairy and Electric are the two most likely. But I've seen more Fairy. Anyway, that is it. That is GG's. Good job to my opponent. I do like Lilligant. Hisui and Lilligant. I think that's cool. And there's our chum Inkay. Does not have the same thing. All right, that is little check-in, end of day 2. And yeah, so we're at 308. We did take a few more losses. We got 6 losses today, so double what was yesterday. But that's just we're battling more high caliber people here, so it stands to reason. It makes sense. 1741. That's their ranking. Hey, what's up? Hello. All right. I think we gotta do this. Just looking at their team, not gonna bring Hippowdon. I know I'm doing this on a win, but maybe Dragonite is the answer here because Choice Band. Yeah. There's more damage output. I can see them wanting to use I can see them wanting to use the Ogerpon as well. So that is why. Ooh, that is a nice picture of Lugia in the sea where they belong. All right. Oh, okay. That's gonna be very interesting. Hadron Engine is going to make us stronger. I use Dazzling Gleam here. And Paranormal, Stream Speed into Miraidon. Just basically doing a little bit more damage. Because Thunderous, once that's gone, we don't have to worry about stuff like I'm trying to think. What's their signature move? Wild Bolt Storm. Okay, not great Terra Ground, but not horrible. You don't resist. I need to turn my ring light. You don't resist the extreme speed, and I'm going Dazzling Gleam, so it's a bit of a win. All right, extreme speed. Let's do massive damage. pretty massive. Eerie Impulse is going to go into you, lower our speed. It's going to be, oh, special attack. I don't think it was speed. Alright. Alright, we still survive. Dazzling Gleam. Will it be? No, not after that. Even with a crit. Posing. There's a wrap up there? Okay. The Prankster. I think you have Volta. I'm gonna go Draco Meteor. You could be Protect. I think we're gonna go into you and we're just gonna double up. Yeah, I saw the Protect coming. Alright, extreme speed. Let the speed be extreme. There we go. Nice little prediction. I was like, Protect! Yeah, this caliber of player seems very likely. Yeah, we are golden. Extreme speed into you. Where yeah, battles is canceled. GG's. Alright. So yeah, makes sense to bring you first. Who do you have that you are likely to bring? They have two types of weather. They have Sableye, which I do not appreciate. I think Sableye is very risky for them though. So I'm gonna bring Wimmy. Their Ogre-Parn Hearthflame does scare me a little bit. Mostly because I know the power. But if we're able to mitigate some of the damage output of their Miraidon, we should be good. Part of me hopes it's Miraidon or no, yeah, we will see Miraidon. Hippowdon because we have not seen it in any of the games yet. Oh, it is our friend Pelipper. Wimmy. Okay. And we're gonna Dazzling Gleam. We're gonna Light Screen. We're gonna call it a day. Because do you Tailwind here? Matching Tailwind. Not a bad idea. In this game, if you're not first, you're last. But, or that's building up our defenses is usually a great call. So they're going to terrestrialize their Miraidon first. Fairy, electric, ground. You are seen. Okay. Now with our Pokemon, Fairy Terra. Pelipper could have Wide Guard, which could be concerning. Does not. It's good. Alright, with Terra Blast, we have a nice Assault Vest and Shield, so that does not really a whole bunch. You are Life Orbit, though. Good to know. Dazzling Gleam will go in. Not great damage. And then they're gonna Tailwind. Yeah. Might just Electro Drift into you just so we get that out of the way. Terrablast Knight. She's gonna wide guard as yeah. One turn a little late. So now that we match it, what do you got? Dazzling Gleam yourself. Does absolutely nothing into Miraidon. I think it took more in recoil from the Life Orb. Alright, Electro Drift. Alright, and that's Pelipper gone. Now, if they're gonna do that again, it doesn't take out both Pokemon. The Dazzling Gleam, we are going to Moonblast. It's gonna Electro Drift into Miraidon, and it survives, so that means we have this, like, in the bag. Because Wimmy will use Moonblast and take it out. GG's. Okay. Miraidon. Or not Miraidon, Koraidon with Psy Spam. It's the Psy Spam that really gets me. Can lower speed here. Thinking you. Usually I would want to just turn off your weather. I don't think we get that luxury, though. Yeah. I will say I haven't seen Inbeating male too often into these battles. It's usually been female. Rebel. Yeah. Recalc Pulse. Open this thing is just here. I'm just here to have a good time. Hoping to get out this this indeed. What do you got? Psychic Seed. Good thing you are slower. I'm actually... I think I'm gonna Moonblast here. Or are they gonna Terra? Usually Psychic Terra, but ooh, it is Ghost. Ghost isn't... Well, I mean, yes, I have two Fairy types. You Terra that Pokemon. But... Shadow Ball could definitely happen. We'll probably wonder that too. Alright, so it's gonna lower its special attack. It's gonna Terra Blast Ghost into... Yeah. I was like, ooh, that's a good move. And then... Rats. Okay, Electro Drift. Wabam. That does not do enough, which means I am cooked. Trick. Actually, that's not bad. We are slower. Means we can, in theory, kick their butt. I think we're gonna have to go guns blazing here. Expanding Force, gonna do a hefty chunk. Not as hefty. But if we don't get out with Draco Meteor... Oh, it's a crit for our troubles. Yay. You know, I'll take it. The crit giveth, it taketh away. It giveth to me today. Try and get it a little lower. It was Parabolic Charge. Expanding Force. Those are gonna hurt more and more over time. Alright, so this should keep me out of crit range at least. Yeah. Oh, we're not out of the woods yet. Oh, battle is canceled. Now we are. Against Autumn. They have... Ooh, Donphan. Loki. Donphan and its paradox forms are some of my favorites. They just look super cool. Donphan has always been a favorite of mine, and I think, yeah, Tusk and Dreads just look so fun. Alright, so because I'm afraid of Ditto, I will not put you first. Who do I want to bring? It's between you two. Oh, Dragonite isn't actually a bad idea. Let's go, Dragonite. Let's go, Dragonite. Why? It's that normal Terra extreme speed. Does a fun little chunk out of my opponents. So yeah. We also cannot be intimidated. We cannot be flinched. So if things go right, we can end this game and win it innocent. Dr. Seuss. It's not one of his quotes. Listen, I gotta fill the time between when they choose their Pokemon. And dad jokes is like a good filler. Alright, Miraidon and Rilla. Shoulder around. Yeah. We're going to normal Terra extreme speed. Do that. Do this. What you got? You want to terastalize? It doesn't matter. Alright, Fairy Terra. That makes sense. Probably a death claim. But as long as we get out this extreme speed, we'll be good. At the very least in the first bit. I do not know if this thing has text. It's gonna fake out the wrong Pokemon. Extreme speed. Boom! Dazzling Gleam. Alright, Mer survives, which is very important. You are life orbed, which means Dazzling Gleam is enough. And we even get some chip damage on the Rillaboom just to kind of like seal in a little bit home. Yeah. You see, I know I'm like, oh, I wish I had multi-scale a lot in this video, but good golly, does extreme speed really, really help out. Alright, extreme speed. How much does this do into Rillaboom? Brings it to red. Dazzling Gleam. There we go. Another W in the books. Up against KNG 4780. We're gonna bring this team. Here we go. I think it's a pretty interesting bunch. Yeah. What they got? Miraidon and Ceruledge. Ceruledge does concern me. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, because I fear it, we must do something about it. This may want to be one times I want a Tailwind beforehand, just because I'm nervous that it will not survive. Alright, so they're gonna Terra first, which means Miraidon. They're gonna be Fairy Terra. That works for me. As long as you didn't like Terra ground into Ceruledge, I was gonna be fine with whatever you did. Alright, here we go. We're gonna Tailwind just so we have that speed advantage, that priority. Alright, Electro Drift. Hopefully this will be enough! Ceruledge is down. Alright. Which means Wimmy can get at least one attack off. Dazzling Gleam. Alright. Wimmy will go down. Actually, we're going to Electro Drift. I'm gonna Light Screen. With Light Screen up, I think Wimmy actually survives here. Yeah, because now we're stronger against it. Electro Drift with the multipliers. Will it be enough? No. And then they're going to use Parabolic Charge. So they're going to heal up right on the Miraidon. They're going to heal up, but it won't be too bad. Yeah. That is definitely manageable. I like Parabolic Charge as a move. I just also know that, okay, so you're also lefties. I also know that it is very much a, it's like only 65 damage, which is, you know, it does come in clutch for survivals, but you really have to, I'd say, like, you have to be on the brink of your Pokemon fading in order for it to be too useful. I mean, I have it on mine, but yeah, GG's. All right, ooh, let's see. Yep, this is the combo we have to do. I am curious to see what they do with their Ditto. Still in the middle. I will say that is probably the shortest amount of time I have been in team preview with an opponent. Okay, they're gonna put it out. All right. Yeah, so we're just gonna rewrite the terrains for each other. And get their grassy terrain. We're going to Rain Dance. I kind of don't want a Dazzling Earth. I think we Electro Drift. I don't know if it does too much outside of the terrain. But this will help. Alright, so they're gonna get their Terra off. Probably Terrifier. And am I right? Oh, fudge muffins. So fake out. Okay, that saves us the embarrassment of a terrible play. So that we can take some solace in that. Miraidon flinches. Flare Blitz. It's not gonna do a whole bunch. Alright. Thank you for doing that. That would have been embarrassing. Bleak Wind. And then I think we'll Dazzling Gleam. Alright. So we're getting some spread moves down. I'm pretty sure, let's see, high horsepower would probably be good for them. Because I just showed that I wasn't. And get the Dazzling Gleam. How much does it do? Critical hit into the Rilla. Outrage. Tornadus. Not great. Weak Wind will go through in both. Brings the Rillaboom low. High horsepower. Okay. Should be good. I am going to... Tailwind, Dazzling Gleam. Or not Tailwind, Weak Wind. It's Grassy Glide. Okay, yeah. Dazzling Gleam. And... yeah, you can only target one. If you do that, I get Bleak Wind off. Oh, Outrage also goes into Miraidon. And it's confused. Not that she will live to see. But Bleak Wind, boom. And that is GG's. Another W for the Bucks. Alright. Fellow Miraidon team. I like Wimmy. But I think I like Flutter Mane a bit more. Because what concerns me is their Metagross, their Ogerpon. Those are the big things. Yeah. Yeah, because there's redirection, they can do that. Iron Bundle is also not something to scoff at either. Alright, so Miraidon and Metagross. Metagross is what I was worried about most. Do I want to double up into that is a huge question. I think we double up into it. I don't trust it. Alright, they're gonna terastalize. What are you terastalizing? Is it ground? Steel. Not horrible. Unless you do that. Yeah. Oh, we survive on 2 HP. That is... I would like to say that I EV calc'd for that. We also get a critical hit just for the lulls. Alright. Yeah, I don't know what they were trying to for there. We're gonna get our own Electro Drift off. I think they were calling for me to Fairy Terra. I feel that was risky though. All right, so we take you out. I'm down to Dazzling Gleam. We'll go into you, and we're gonna Icy Wind, and that should battles is canceled. GG's. All right. I'm gonna have to use these two. I mean, yeah. Ain't there? There's not really too much other choices we have. I will say, Brute Bonnet is a good. Thinking, I like Brute Bonnet. I don't know if it works in this one because you either need the Electric Train up or you need the. Okay, you were gonna bring Winnie instead. Um, this is where I wish I had like Protect or something. Okay, because part of me wants to. I think regardless, this is probably all. Uh, yeah, I think. They don't rewrite our terrain, which is good. I can see them wanting to, well... Ooh, okay, so it's steel. We might have gotten predicted here. E. It's not great. Because I know it gets Iron Head. Alright. How much we got? We're gonna taunt them. Which means they did not go for... Yeah. Special attack falls. Not that that's... Alright, Iron Head. Yikes. Okay, so they're just targeting Tornadus. It's not great. But that does give us an opportunity to, yeah. Electro Drift. With all the multipliers, we are gonna be enough. Okay, we take that out. That leaves us at a huge advantage. So... I don't like that we have to deal with, Moonblast. Solar Beam. Okay. I see you. Okay. That didn't do too much. Dazzling Gleam. How much does that do? Alright, we should be good. I'm a worrier, y'all. That should be just enough. Damage is canceled. GG's. I think we kind of lucked out there. Alright, this will be the final battle. A little risky. Not really too much. This is the best thing we can do. Because I'm trying to think. Flutter, Dragonite might have been okay, but yeah. I don't know. I think not my best decisions here. But tis last match. We are currently got today we are So far, 8-6. I would love for it to be another 9-6. But they do go with winning. Good. They're typically going to be faster, so... I'm going to do this. Rain Dance. At the very least, if they try do something like... Because next turn, they could try and get Sun up again, but we can always rewrite it. Alright, that means we're also faster than their Pokemon. Who are, if you're ground, you can't be two, you are ground. I used to float, now I just fall down. This is gonna suck. Switcheroo? What do you have? Lagging Tail. Mental Herb. Electro Drift will do nothing for me here. Stomping. So, yeah. We're gonna have to go in Dazzling Gleam. I think we have to Bleak Wind. Okay, that's not bad. Encore. We have the mental... Oh, we don't have the mental herb. Okay. Probably should, actually. Rain Dance, not at the very least, it's not going to get boost. Nothing stops it from tailwinding. We have to do Rain Dance here. I think they have it in the bag. I think it's just a well-placed protect in this game, or one good well-placed Terra is just so much. You get so much leverage out of it. Yeah, Rain Dance is not going to do anything. And then Stomping Tantrum. Go into you. Can you survive? You do. Alright. Dazzling Gleam. I'm going to both. Thankfully, Encore should end soon. How many turns? This is our last one. Yeah. So we have to waste one more Rain Dance. If only I got Tailwind up. Low kick. So, trying to think. A critical hit just to rub salt in the wounds. Alright, so you got low kick, you got Stomping Tantrum. Encore is ended. Gotta use Bleak Wind here. Low kick. It's quite a bit of damage. It's because of the critical hit. Bleak Wind! Not enough. Rain has stopped. Electricity disappears. I have to go for the Bleak Wind and hope. Low kick. That does so much. Bleak Wind will connect, and that is GG's. Woo! And that also means we go 9-6 for day 3, which means I think we have a pretty decent score, all things considered, as well. We will break the fourth wall, and we will just kind of go into it live and see what our standing is right now. It will be different from by the final score, but yeah. Anyways, let us see. Because we went, so in total we had 30 wins, 15 losses, if I'm mathing right. You've reached your limit. So we're at 409. I think pretty good. This is a pretty decent rating. I know I was hoping for 1700, but didn't pan out that way. This is still pretty. I think this is one of our best tournament performances. Granted, I know it's not VGC, but it's still a moral victory, which I appreciate. Anyway, that's it for now. I shall see you all in the next video. Peace.